EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Raiders have got him. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here comes Abdullah on the return. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, Darnold. In trouble, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They will run for the first time here with White. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now it's Darnold. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. The ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now Prescott steps away to his left.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Here's White.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's Demario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
Just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Faking the give, Darnold rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and that will force a turnover on downs. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Abdullah to return. We're on that punt. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the 1st half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coach is always talking about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. White, he'll try the left side. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Play fake, and it's Darnold. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
After the interception, here's Darnold. They'll roll him out right. Airing it out deep for Smith. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Prescott. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here we go now on first and goal. They'll throw again. Prescott. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Off of play action, Darnold. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. For a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock. and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, they'll run with White. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now Darnold. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Landry now on the return. He had his sights on the end. Brought down after a huge return there. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Chandler Jones so quick. He was the one that got in to stop that one before it got started. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Complete to Michael Thomas.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Prescott to throw it.
Throw left side, complete to Troutman.
That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Let's go now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
1st down, Las Vegas.
Now Darnold going to take it and just back this one forward to his wideout.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He was brought down by Marcus Lee. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
On 2nd and a couple, Darnold. He completes it right side to White. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Throwing again is Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st down, it's Darnold. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Again, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Raiders 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Being chased out left. Open man is the tight end Troutman. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Kamara up the middle. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
First down, here's White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Complete to Darren Waller. A gain of 5. And the Raiders first down.
Faking the give, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw is Darnold. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
Is good. Makes the score Raiders 14, Saints 10.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Where they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Thomas has got it, complete.
And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Prescott yet again. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads him into the end zone.
Prescott.
And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
To throw, Prescott.
On the move to his left.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Martin.
And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play?
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Returnable here for Callaway. Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As this offense takes the field again, CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
But doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
And now this is going to be a safety. Oh, my goodness, in the final minute, down 2, and now we're looking at overtime. There is not much more you can say about that one, but wow.
I think this is even beyond what a defense could have hoped for. I mean, down 2. Not only do you tie this in the final minute, but now, just maybe, you give yourself a chance to even win the football game.
On the return, Hardy. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we need to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete there to Thomas.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Dak.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I can go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession...
Oh, and it's intercepted!
What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot, Make sure you take care of the football on probably third down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
The Saints' 15-yard line.
They go with White on the counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. The play fake, now White. And he is going to lose yardage here. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This to win it in overtime. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. That was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing, stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all time. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Prescott. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it.
Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission